This week on the Refresh Network, we sat down with my dear friend Jen Grant. She's a speaker and an author, and really the central focus of all the work that she does is to let us know that we're good enough and that we're worthy of going out there and living fulfilling lives.
I didn't want other people to think that they weren't enough, and I didn't want to watch people continue moving through life thinking it wasn't a choice.
The work that you do so many different things. What's the best way to summarize it?
It's a hard question, but there's an overarching theme, I think, to all of it. And my primary goal for myself is to lead with love and then take that forward and inspire others to live their lives in a way that is happy and fulfilling to themselves. So sometimes that's speaking, coaching, workshops, retreats, yoga. I teach meditation, so it can be any of those avenues, but it's all centered on you being the happiest and most fulfilled that you can be.
What is it about this line of work and that central message do you think that has drawn you to this point or drawn you to doing this kind of work?
Ultimately, it started almost 8 years ago now, and that was a whole process that we don't have time for.
Yeah.
But through that process, I went through a transition and a shift with myself where I went from believing my life was never a choice and that I was a victim of everything. And then I shifted to knowing I'm enough, knowing my life is a choice, and I really am amazing. And I wanted to take those messages and bring that forward to other people, because what I had found, I thought that I was alone in feeling not good enough. And what I had found was a lot of people were feeling that way.
Well, and that segues perfectly into your book. So your first book, I know you have a couple of them out, but your first one, Dying to Be Good Enough, is the title of it. And I think so many of us, like you said, we feel like we're the only ones that feel it, but so many of us walk around feeling like we're not good enough, don't we?
I haven't met a person who doesn't feel it, at least a little bit on some level.
Yeah.
We all have something within us that we feel isn't good enough. I had no idea. I had no idea until I shifted it within myself and then started doing this work and really went on a path to help other people.
When you say things like, you know, I'm amazing, right? And really recognizing how incredible each and every one of us are. Some people, I feel like they get a little squeamish about that when we say things like I'm amazing and I'm a pretty incredible human being. We're kind of taught to be very humble about those things.
Right.
What do you say to that? What's your response?
Well, it comes up a lot. You're right, it comes up all the time. And the thing that I will tell people is just because I'm amazing doesn't mean I'm taking away from you being amazing as well. And I think that that's what we've been taught is that, well, if he's amazing, then it's all filled up. Then there's no more room for amazing, which is just silly when we think of course, I mean, why can't we all be amazing? Why can't we all have something that really makes us incredible just because we're here? Like, it's pretty freaking incredible if you look at this great big world and we're the ones that get to be on it right now.
Now, I want to say one thing that has always really stuck with me that you have told me is staying attached to your why in life. Not so much about the how,
right,
but staying attached to your why. What do you mean by that?
So at the beginning, you asked me about my message and how I bring that forward. I don't always know how the message is going to unfold. I don't know. If you looked at my calendar for the next 6 or 8 months, it's not very full. And that's because it shows up the way it needs to. So I don't know how things are going to unfold. I don't know the how of the business per se, but I know my why. And my why is crystal clear. My why of my work is so that other women and men can feel happier and can feel more fulfilled. So my job, I believe, is to focus on that why and to keep connected to the why of my work, leading with love, sharing these messages, and how I'm meant to do that will just unfold.
Complete this sentence. The world needs more what?
The world needs more self-love. Because self-love leads to compassion. Compassion leads to us being able to bring more love to the world.
And as people begin their week, they're watching this, What's the main message that you want them to hear from you?
To know they're enough. To know their life is a choice and they really are amazing. Not because of the clothes or the house or the car or the job title or any of that, but just because they're enough.
What a beautiful reminder from Jen that no matter what you have gone through in your life, you are worthy of stepping out the door and living the life that you want to live. Big thank you to Jen for sitting down with us. If you want to learn more about her and her work, go to lovejengrant.com. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.